What's up, everybody? I've tried to do this like 50 million times, and this is why you don't smoke before you start doing projects sometimes. Sometimes when I have a really good idea, being high does not help. This is an example. Anyways, I'm distracted. I smoked a joint before I started this because what's a story? A stoner story without being stoned. Just for the record, I'm totally fine with the word stoner. I think it's a cute way to describe people who just enjoy cannabis recreationally. So let's just get that out there. I wanted to share with you guys what I smoked. My friend actually gifted me some pre-rolls the other day, and these are Pacific Stone Indica. And it was just 2 pre-rolls, and I smoked the last of one. So I'm the kind of person that like I'll smoke some of the joint, I'll put it out, smoke some, put it out. I don't need a lot. Like I said, like I say, I guess, is that cannabis hits everybody differently. So for me, I just need a little bit and it gets me pretty far in the day. So stoner stories, inspired by a couple of things that I'm reading, because since I am a writer, I like to read. And I wanted to share some of them with you. So this is Pot Stories for the Soul. It's a High Times book. And it's just kind of like based off, or kind of the similar idea of like the Chicken Soup Stories for the Soul. I never really read those, but it's all short stories about, and it's based, like a lot of these stories are like based back in the day before like legalization, like 60s, 70s, 80s, 85. So it's interesting perspective from people that just were into weed when it wasn't a legal thing, and I just think this is really cool. It's important to know where we come from. My family went to a comic book, it was a toy convention, and I've been kind of getting into comics lately. So my mom and my brother, so sweet when your family supports your cannabis lifestyle, but they brought me this comic, Tales of the World Famous Drive-Thru Bud. This one is featuring Humboldt Honey, and it's based in the Bay Area, so we love that as well. Same with the Pot Stories. A lot of these are based in the Bay Area, and being a Bay Area native, born and raised, I like to support where I'm from. Remind everybody that the Bay Area is really cool. This is MJ Lifestyle, and it's also Bay Area ladies. These are actually, the stories in here are about ladies all over doing great things for cannabis, but the cover story is about Nina Parks, who's a Bay Area native doing a lot of really good work in social justice and equity stuff. This article, this cover story was actually done by my, not friend, but I think we're friends, a fellow cannabis writer in the Bay Area, Keisha. So she is dope. I'll link her stuff in there. This is all about real life women in the cannabis industry doing dope things. There's recipes in here. It's just kind of like a Vogue for weed, and I'm all about it. So my stoner story. So I don't dab. Dabbing is a thing right now. Everyone loves to dab. Every cannabis lounge I'm in has a dab bar. When you hit up all the festivals and the events, there's always like free dabs being given. I don't partake, and I'm about to tell you why. So why I don't dab. Anyway, so this was back in the day, and dabbing, I didn't even know what dabbing was. I did not know what dabbing was. My best friend invited me over to smoke, and I had a date that night with, I don't know if he was I think he was probably my boyfriend at the time. We'll call him that, but whatever. We were dating. Officially, unofficially, it was complicated. I had a date and I was supposed to meet him. Okay. And I was like, oh, I'll just go smoke with my friends real quick and then I'll go meet up with him. He was always on and off smoking. I think that at the time he wasn't. Whatever, I was. I go in there and everyone's dabbing, and I'm like, they're like, come on, Becca, just try it. I was like, no, I'm not trying. That looks like a lot. I was like, fine, whatever, I'll do it. I don't know, they set it up for me, and the whole, like, there was like blow torches involved, and like it was just a lot back then. Like now there's like temperature gauges and you don't really need a torch, and there's all these fancy things. Also, concentrate was not like, was up and coming then, and that also was a whole nother you didn't know ball game. I hit this dab and I was out. Like, I wasn't out, I was awake, but like I had to sit down. I was like, that was intense. And then I was quiet. Like, I went silent for like, honestly, it felt like hours, but I'm sure it was only like 30 minutes. But I was quiet, and I was like sitting there with my friend, and I was like, I have to get some air. And so we go outside, and I guess I realize my phone is ringing, and it's blowing up, and I go to pick it up, and it's my dude, like, where the hell are you? And I'm like, oh, like, sorry, I was not feeling good. I'm with my friend. And he was like, are you high? And I was like, yeah, like way too high right now. Like, I am not okay. And he was like, you know what? I don't know. He went on about something. I literally couldn't tell you what, but he broke up with me. And it's funny now. I think it was funny back then too, because obviously he ended up getting back with me, because that's a dumb reason to break up with someone, because they're too stoned, just for the record. I mean, if it prohibits things in your relationship, yes, smoking's not a good thing, you know, but most of the time it doesn't, at least in my experience. And it's usually just people with opinions pushing them on you, like, don't smoke, like, don't tell me what to do. So that's why I don't dab, because I got dumped one time and it just was too much. So I want to try it, because in 10 years, dabbing is on a whole new wavelength. I just want to be with the right people at the right time, where I know if I go quiet, like, I'm not gonna ruin a relationship. So yeah, I have a couple friends that have wanted me to try it, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know when that happens. That is my stoner story for the day. Be careful when you dab. Don't make important dates or have to do important things after, unless you are an experienced dabber and or functioner of whatever task you're trying to accomplish. Follow me at That Cannabis Writer on Instagram, where you'll find more fun stories and articles, and just learn more about the cannabis world. If you're interested, you don't gotta smoke, but you can read about it, you know? If you're not ready yet, that's fine. I'm here to help. I am your cannabis guide. You got questions? Ask me, DM me, be like, I don't know what to smoke. I'm gonna try and post videos every Thursday, whether it be like fun cannabis stuff or more educational stuff or a review. Let me know what you guys are into. Thanks for watching, and smoke safely.